All right, the Miami Dolphins came back playing football after their bye week. And in this game, they played against the Las Vegas Raiders, who were initially the Oakland Raiders a long time ago, what it felt like. And for this game, the Dolphins have figured out the way to pull through. But it wasn't easy, but they got the job done anyway. So we start with a for nearly healthy team that we have now, and we shall begin. So the Raiders, they start the game off. Miami has won the toss, and they elected to defer and receive the ball at the second half. So let me just move this a little bit. Actually, there we go. So we start off with Aiden O'Connell. Is it Aiden? Let me double check real quick. I'm pretty sure it's Aiden. Yeah, it's Aiden. Aiden O'Connell, a rookie quarterback, filling in for Jimmy Garoppolo. Starting this game off after having a little coaching change a few weeks ago, and they start off with the pass to Meyer for 17 yards. So a defensive mismatch there. First down, Vegas already. Jacobs went to the left for 7 yards. Penalty, unfortunately, was on Vegas for offensive hold, so that backs them up 10 yards. First and 20 now. Pass is complete to Devontae Adams, literally for no gain, so a nice play there by Davis. Second and 20, O'Connell passed short to Devontae Adams for 4 yards. Third and 16, pass short to Meyer for 4 yards. There was a fumble by Vegas. That brings them all the way to the touchdown by Javon Holland. However, the replay, they took a look at it. They did took a look at it, and they determined that because because Meyer did not take too many steps already, even when his body shifted towards the left when he was making that turn to run a route, he didn't have enough steps in. That's what Sterator was saying. So the fumble recovery touchdown is reverse, and it's an incomplete pass. So fourth down is the Raiders, and they have punted the football. So it's the Dolphins' turn. So welcome back, Devon Achane, who has made a rush for a yard after a knee injury. There was an injury by Vegas for Diablo. His return was probable. He would end up coming back playing this game. Tua pass complete to Tyreek Hill for 5 yards. Third and 4. Tua scrambles for the first down. However, when he scrambled, when he falls down on the ground, he did not slide. And I don't know if it was punched out. It looked like it. But he lost control of the football. He fumbles the football and was recovered by Masterson. Was it Epps or was it Masterson? I think it was Epps actually that recovered the football. The Dolphins, just not taking care of the football. That was their problem for the majority of the season, just fumbling the football, especially after that last play against Kansas City. Unbelievable. So the Raiders had a good field position, and they took a look at it, and they overturned it. It was a fumble. All right, so Jacobs rushes for 2 yards. Second, 8 Jacobs for 1 yard. Third and 7, O'Connell pass complete to Meyer for 12 yards. First down, O'Connell passed short the middle for Renfro for 4 yards, but penalty was on Meyer for an offensive pass interference. So he created some separation for everyone, and that backfired on the Raiders. So first and 20, O'Connell passed right to Devontae Adams for 7 yards. Second and 13, pass complete to Adams again for a loss of yards, so that's a good tackle by Xavier Howard. Third and 14, O'Connell pass complete to Renfro for 3 yards, nowhere near the first down after the penalty. Fourth and 11, Carlson just kicks a field goal. It's good. The Raiders jump up front 3-0 in Miami. So it's the Dolphins' turn to try to get something in. All right, so Tua pass short to Achane for 4 yards from the middle, so nice play there. Second assist, Mostert for 7 yards. He powers through, and that's good for the first down. Tua then pass complete to Tyreek Hill for a yard. Only second and 9. Mostert ends up losing 2 yards. Not a good protection there by an offensive line. Third and 11, Tua was sacked. However, there was a hold by Bennett on the defensive side. So the Raiders get called for a penalty, and then we got a new fresh set of downs. Mostert rushed for 4 more yards. Second and 6, Tua passes deep to Tyreek Hill for 18 yards. That's good for the first. First and 10, Tua passes incomplete to Waddle. Just could not get the handle of the football. Second and 10, a big play from the slant route and just rushed through everybody and no chance to catch him. Tua pass complete to Tyreek Hill for 38 yards. That's good for the touchdown. He outran about 4 guys to the end zone, and as a result, touchdown Dolphins. Great stuff there. Good stuff there. Sanders' PAT is good. We now lead 7-3. Awesome stuff. All right, so Vegas' turn to get something in. O'Connell, deep right to Tucker for 17 yards. First down, Vegas. The Jacobs there was a rush play. Rushes for 9 yards there. That is second down. Second and 1, O'Connell rushes up the middle for himself for 3 yards. That's good for the first. O'Connell passes deep left for Davante Adams. And somehow Davante Adams, after complaining for many days that he was not getting enough catches, he's threatening to be traded. They kept him in there. And for 46 yards, O'Connell passed to Adams. Outmatched the defenders. He caught a touchdown pass, and they recaptured the lead. It's now 10-7 Raiders. All right, one play for 10 yards. One play after the kickoff. Mostert for 10 yards. That's good for the first. That will end the first quarter. First and 10, Tua passes incomplete to Mostert. Second and 10, Mostert rushes on the left side for 3 yards. Third and 7, pass complete to Tyreek Hill for 21 yards. That's good for the first. First and 10, Tua pass short to Cedric Wilson. It's just a nice catch, and it took a big shot at that play too. Second and 1, Ahmed for 3 yards. That's good for the first. First down, Tua pass complete to Alec Ingold for 5 yards. Second and 5, Ahmed rushes for a yard, but penalty was on Wilson for a face mask. I mean, that's an easy call. Anybody on the sky could see the helmet being twisted like this. Take notes, referees from Philadelphia. Anyway, first and 10, pass complete to Tyreek Hill for just a yard. Second down and 9, Mostert for 4 yards. Timeout was called by Vegas. Third and 5, there was a false start. Third and 10 now. Tua then pass is short to Ahmed for 9 yards. Just didn't make it to the line there. Fourth and 1, they elected to go for it, and as aggressive as Mike McDaniel could be, I thought, you know what, let's try to be aggressive here, But the execution of this play call was not that good. That's all I could say. Tua passes complete to Tyreek Hill. He lost his 4 yards off the tackle of Polo Mao and Hobbs. So not a good play calling there. I feel like they could have kicked the field goal to tie it up, but regardless of that, they got the ball back anyway pretty soon after a 3-and-out, because Jacobs ran for just 5 yards, 2nd to 5. O'Donnell pass complete to Renfro. He loses 2 yards of a nice play by Kohu, and 3rd and 7 pass incomplete to Tucker. They punted. So we get the football back. What do? Well, Tua passes to Jalen Waddle. Now, this is around this time where Achane re-aggravated his knee. It seems like, which is bad. I hope Achane's knee gets better as soon as possible again. And this is around this time that Hill had a wrist injury, so he had to go to the locker room to get himself checked out. So I'm like, are you joking? Are we really getting these injuries after nearly 2 weeks? 2 weeks of not playing football. Everyone is recovering, finally getting back to playing football after a break. And now we're already getting injuries? Screw that. But anyway, Tua passes complete to Jalen Waddle for 9 yards, so that's good. 2nd and 1, Mostert off the middle for 4 yards, that's good for the first. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line, at the midfield. Tua passes complete to his buddy from Alabama, Jalen Waddle, 12 yards. 1st and 10, Tua pass short to Jalen Waddle for another 15. So he's rock and rolling during the absence of Tyreek Hill. 1st and 10, pass complete to Robbie Chosen, who was waived off the claimers, but then re-signed back to practice squad. And he's playing this game, filling in for Craycraft? Or was it Claypool? I think no. Julian Hill was filling in for Claypool. But anyway, he was playing this game. Robbie Chosen, so thankfully he's still around. He got him for 9 yards. 2nd and 1, Mostert for 3 yards. That's good for the first. 1st and 10, to a pass complete to Alec Ingle for 2 yards. That's good. That's good for 2 yards. 2nd and 8, Tua got sacked by Max Crosby, who is a big player and big key for the Raiders defense. He only lost 2 yards with that. All right, so 3rd and 10. This is the point where Tyreek Hill is coming out of the locker room and coming back to the sideline, as well as Achane probably at around this time. But knowing Hill, he was not gonna walk away from this, so he was coming back from the sideline. He was feeling okay afterwards. And then as we were talking about Tyreek Hill, passes to Salvin Ahmed for receiving, and he found an open lane and he crosses the end zone. So touchdown, Ahmed, a rare touchdown from him, and it's a good one. That's a go-ahead touchdown from 11 yards. And PAT is good. We recapture the lead 14-10. So good for Ahmed for this play. All right, the next possession, we force a 3-and-out once more. Jacobs only got 3 yards. That takes us to the 2-minute warning. Jacobs rushed for 3 more yards. Nowhere to go. And then Jacobs gets beaten down by Bradley Chubb. They force the 4th down, and we got the ball back at least one more time. All right, so then before the punt, they got the false start, and then Cole punts for 61 yards, and he's one of the best punters in the league. All right, next, Mostert rushed up for 10 yards. That's good for the first. Now we got a new fresh set of downs, and this is something that annoys the stuff out of me, and as well as everybody. Tua pass to Julian Hill for 10 yards. He would get the first down, but for some reason, after a few steps, it was punched out stripped out by Hobbs. Julian Hill fumbles the football and was recovered by Diablo. Great. That is terrible. 2 fumbles already in this game. Did you know that the Raiders team itself only forced 2 fumbles throughout the entire season, and then from this moment on in this game alone they got 2? That's only the Dolphins, dude. That's embarrassing. That's literally embarrassing. All right, Jacobs rushed for 3 yards. 2nd and 7, passes incomplete for Davante Adams. 3rd and 7, another bad pass, incomplete. And fortunately, we forced a field goal, and then that's pretty much it from there. The Dolphins would get a play in, pass incomplete to Robbie Chosen for 30 yards. I mean, I don't know why you could have just taken a knee there, but aggressive McDaniel. I don't know. All right, we coming out of the half. Tua getting ready to start things off. Passes deep, intended for Jalen Waddle, and he was picked off. First play of the third quarter, he gets picked off by Polamalu. This reminds me of the time that Patriots forced a fumble at the third quarter against the Dolphins, and it's terrible. That's just terrible. Terrible play call in there. Now, at this point, Tyreek Hill is back playing the game, so thankfully there's that. Now, after the interception, the Raiders are trying to go down the field, and they couldn't do it. We forced a 3 and out once more. Jacobs would just rush for no gain. 2nd and 10. Pass complete to Meyer for 9 yards. That didn't get the first down. And Jacobs gets beaten down by Wilkins and Jerome Baker for losing yard. And it's 4th and 10. 4th and 2. And then they punted. All right, so Mostert rushed to the left for 2 yards. 2nd and 8, pass deep right for Tyreek Hill for 31 yards. And it goes to the sideline. 1st and 10, Mostert for 2 yards. 2nd and 8, pass complete to Tyreek Hill for 10 more yards. That's good for the first. Mostert for a yard. 2nd and 9, Tua pass to Cedric Wilson for 2 yards. 3rd and 7, Tua passes incomplete to Cedric Wilson, and that's 4th down. They kick the field goal. It's a 50-yard field goal. In my mind, at that point, I'm like, he's gonna miss this. He hardly makes any field goals in this day and age from this deep, and he did. He freaking did. Jason Sanders missed a field goal from just a little bit to the left from the goalpost. And it still remains a 14-13 ball game. On it, just not good. The next play, Aiden O'Donnell, pass intended for Tucker, and he gets picked off. And guess who? Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey picks off O'Donnell. And he rushes for 3 yards after getting tackled by Tucker. That's a 2nd interception of the season, and very quickly too. Great interception by Jalen Ramsey. Absolute good stuff there. So we try to get back, marching up the field, looking really good. Mostert going up for 7 yards. 2nd and 3, Mostert again for a yard. 3rd and 2, pass complete to Jalen Waddle for 19 yards. That's good stuff there. 1st and 10, Mostert for 3 yards. 2nd and 7, passes incomplete to Waddle. 3rd and 7, passes incomplete to Waddle once more. So not good. Now we kick a field goal again. It's 9 less yards than where we kicked last time. I mean, this should be more manageable for Jason Sanders. Thankfully, he did make this field goal. It's a 41-yard field goal, and now the score is now 17-13 Miami. Raiders possession, another 3 and outs. Defense is looking really good thus far in this second half. O'Donnell pass complete to Meyer for 8 yards. 2nd and 8. Jacobs didn't get too far, which is a yard. 3rd and 1, passes incomplete to Davante Adams. That is a great play there. And there would be a penalty, but that would be declined because it's an offensive hold. And the Raiders elected to punt the ball away. All right, so the Dolphins get the football back. Mostert's going up for 4 yards. 2nd and 6. Tua passed deep right for Tyreek Hill for 25 yards. I mean, he is going after that record, folks. He is going after that record, and it probably won't take too long soon. First and 10, Ahmed for 2 yards. Second and 8, pass complete to Cedric Wilson for 12 yards. Great play by Cedric Wilson. First and 10, pass short to Ingold for 9 yards. Second and 1, pass is incomplete, short to left, just nobody was there. Third and 1, incomplete to Ingold, just couldn't get the clean possession. And Jason Sanders with the 51-yarder. I'm like, he's going to miss this again. He cannot make it from this far. The 50-yarder has proved it. But he did make this field goal. 51-yarder. And it is now a 20-13 ball game from this point forward. First play of their possession, it is a rush play for Jacobs going up the middle for 6 yards. That would end the third quarter. O'Donnell coming out of the fourth quarter, pass right to Renfro for 3 yards. Jacobs would rush up for 2 more yards. That'll be good for the first down. First 10, they no huddle this. Pass right to Myers for 7 yards. Second and 3, O'Donnell passes incomplete right for Devontae Adams. And O'Donnell out the shotgun gets sacked by Jalen Phillips. Such an amazing play there. And then 4th and 11. 4th and 11, they punted the football away. There was a penalty on the Dolphins, illegal block above the waist, and just can't do that. That's a good call. Just you cannot do that. Unfortunately, we had a 3 and outs. Mostert going up for yards. Second and 9, pass incomplete to left. Third and 9, Tua pass to Ahmed. Penalty. Was it a penalty? Yeah, there was a penalty. So Ahmed gets hurt during the play. Then there was a penalty offset for Cotton for Miami and Jones for the Vegas. So the penalties were offset, and they would just leave it as third down or fourth down rather. All right. Now, O'Donnell pass incomplete to Davis. Second and 10. O'Donnell pass right to Jacobs for 12 yards. First and 10. Tucker loses 6 yards off a Javon Holland tackle. Great play. That was a great tackle by Javon Holland from this play. They lose 6 yards there. Second and 16. Pass deep right for Tucker. He completes it for 22 yards. However, Mike McDaniel has challenged this play, and it was determined that his left foot, Tucker's left foot, was out of bounds. He did not get the both feet checked in bounds, nor did he have complete control of the football. So by rule, it is a incomplete pass. Miami wins the challenge. So great challenge there by Mike McDaniel. Third and 16. I thought he was going to get this first down if it wasn't for Jerome Baker. Thank God. O'Donnell pass is to Myers for 13 yards. That will be 4th and 3, and they elected to go for it. They elected to go for the fourth down. O'Donnell's pass just broken up, incomplete, intended for Myers. Great stuff there. Oh, good stuff there. All right. Then Dolphins. I'm starting on 31. It would actually be a 3 and out. This one it was bad. Mostert rushed up for 5 yards. Second and 5. Mostert goes up 4 yards. That would have been 3rd and 1. However, penalty was on Armstead for an offensive hold. It's second and 15. To a pass for Hill is incomplete. 3rd and 15. Pass complete to Mostert for 7 yards. There's nowhere to go there. It's a 4th down, and Josh Bailey punts it away. Now Raiders get the football back. As O'Donnell passes incomplete to Wright. 2nd and 10. O'Donnell then pass to Myers for 24 yards. That's way good for the first down. Now, did Myers push off Xavier Howard? The referee says no. Uh, Howard interfered with Tucker, but Tucker was able to catch the football. Or excuse me, Myers, not Tucker, Myers. Did he push off? No. Howard grabbed him and interfered Myers, but Myers able to catch the football anyway, and he went deep. 1st and 10, Jacobs up the middle for 4 yards. 2nd and 6, O'Donnell pass complete to Renfro for 31 yards. And he managed to keep his balance while he was running the football. It's just, dude, just can't do that. Then 1st and 10, O'Connell was sacked for 3 yards by Jalen Phillips. Great sack there. 2nd and 13, O'Donnell pass to Renfro for 7 yards. 3rd and 6, incomplete to Tucker. Broken up by Van Ginkel. He was going to catch it, but Van Ginkel at the last moment punches the football away, incomplete. 4th and 6, O'Connell was going to be sacked. Chucks the football up in the air while getting brought down by Christian Wilkins. And then, as the ball was flung up in the air by O'Connell, it was picked off, and guess who? The guy who made the sack earlier in the possession, Jalen Phillips. That's his first career interception for the Miami Dolphins. He picks off O'Connell from that sack, and he gets a big hit from that. Great defensive play. Assisting Christian Wilkins, Jalen Phillips picks off O'Connell there. So great stuff there. Absolutely good stuff there. All right, then Miami will get their possession. Mostert will go off for 7 yards, so it's a time kill. It's a time kill at this point. We need this next first down to ultimately win this game. 2nd and 3, we did get the first down. We got Mostert up the middle for 4 yards. 1st and 10, Mostert goes up for 4 more yards. They call a timeout. 2nd and 6, Mostert will go up for 2 more yards. Vegas will use their final timeout. They use all the timeouts in this possession alone to keep the game going. Then they decided to just do a straightforward pass, and that pass was incomplete. If you were going to pass, at least try to do a play action. Try to do a play action. Because at the very least, even if he gets sacked, you still run down the clock into the 2-minute warning. You could. You really could. But that did not happen. The ball went nowhere. 4th and 4, there was a penalty for a false start, and they punted the football. So under 2 minutes, Vegas was moving the football down. So we need this stop to ultimately win this game. Could they do it? Let's find out. O'Connell passes complete to Devontae Adams for 6 yards. 2nd and 4, the clock is winding down. O'Connell pass incomplete for Adams. 3rd and 4, pass complete to Myers for 5 yards. That's good for the first. Clock is ticking down at this point. No huddle. By the way, that Adams catch for 6 yards was out of bounds, so that's why the clock stopped there. So no huddle there. Pass deep left for Tucker for 19 yards. He was tackled in bounds, so no huddle. Pass right for Agdulia. That's his first catch of the game, as far as I know. For 4 yards. 2nd and 6. Pass is incomplete to Devontae Adams. Miami then calls a timeout. And then this will be 3rd down. O'Connell pass right to Devontae Adams for 20 yards. And that's just not great. Not great there to give up that many yards. 1st and 10, pass incomplete for Hooper. Great defensive play there by Xavier Howard. 2nd and 10, this is it. Big pass to the end zone intended for Tucker. And for the second time of the game for this particular man, and for the first time for O'Connell, he gets picked off. And for the second time, guess who? Jalen Ramsey. 2 Jalens. And one of them got 2 interceptions today. This time it's Ramsey pulling up a game-sealing interception against O'Connell in the end zone. And that was a game-clutching interception for him as we win this game after that. He got hurt during the play. His return was probable. Look, he didn't need to play the rest of the game. He was fine. What happened was he caught the football in the end zone, and he landed on top of the football, and I've been there. It hurts. Like it hurt for a brief. It felt like you're getting punched in the gut. That's pretty much all it was. You get punched in the gut, and that's all. You just get knocked the wind out of. That's all. And one play, just take the knee, and that's the ball game. Miami Dolphins wins this game 20-13 against the Las Vegas Raiders. So Vegas Golden Knights, we took our frustrations out on your counterpart. So okay, all right, that's just corny. Anyway, for the box scores, Aiden O'Connell, 24 catches, 41 attempts, 271 yards, one touchdown pass. That last would be for Devontae Adams for outrunning the defenders. For Tua, 28 for 39 attempts, 325 yards. He has 2 touchdown passes, one from Ahmed and one from Hill, and he was picked off once instead of being picked off 3 times. So that's great. Now for the rushing, Josh Jacobs, really just 39 yards and 14 carries. Now for Miami's rushing, 22 carries and 86 yards. Great stuff there by Mostert. He was having himself a game. Ahmed would do some carries for himself, and Achane will only get 1 carry in without getting hurt and not coming back for the rest of the game. Now, I heard he was fine, and McDaniel said in the press conference that he was not going to put him back here as a precautionary. So what he's trying to say is he doesn't think it's that serious. He just, out of safety precaution, he just elected not to put him back in, which is smart because knee injuries are tricky. You can either be really good from it or you're toast. So not letting him play for the rest of the game, even though he's fine to go play football, is smart. As painful as it sounds, it's smart to not have him play for the rest of the game to get his knee recovered up for this coming Friday against the Jets. So for Miami's receiving, of course, Tyreek Hill, 146 yards, 10 receptions, and 1 touchdown pass, which was that 38-yarder. Jalen Waddle coming in clutch while Tyreek Hill's absence. He's got himself a good game here. Robbie Chosen, pretty good. Ahmed with that 1 touchdown pass at the 10 yards. Good stuff there. Cedric Wilson, not bad. And that's pretty much it for that. For Vegas, Devontae Adams, of course, their best receiver today. 7 receptions, 82 yards, and that 1 touchdown pass. Jacoby Myers for four receptions and 49 yards. Michael Mayer for four receptions and 46 yards, and Hunter Renfrow for 5 receptions and 42 yards. Trey Tucker did have himself a pretty decent game, just 2 receptions and 36 yards. But the Miami's defense was all over the Raiders' offense, especially in the second half. I don't even did they score? Yeah. Let's see. Did they score at all in the second half? No, they did not. Raiders didn't even score at all in the second half. That's how good the Miami's defense was against them. Oh, and at that point they were a 500 team. Their record wasn't a 500 mark. So, excuse me. Anyway. Now for the defense. Defense did great. We got some sacks. Jalen Phillips with 2 sacks. And he would only get those 2 sacks. Christian Wilkins was going to get the sack, but not before Jalen Phillips would pick off O'Connell there. So great stuff there. Absolutely good stuff there. And then Ramsey with 2 interceptions. Isaiah Polamau with 1 interception from that first play of the third quarter. And that's pretty much it for the box score there. Now for the team stats. In total, Miami Dolphins have 422 total yards, as well as compared to total yards for 296 for the Raiders. And that's pretty much it for this one. Penalties were not the big impact there in this game. For each side, it evens out with the turnovers. 2 fumbles from the Dolphins, one interception, and for the 3 turnovers from the Raiders, all 3 were interceptions. But anyway, there you go. That's gonna do it for this one. The Dolphins' next game is Friday against the Jets on Prime, Amazon Prime on Black Friday. This game is gonna be at 3:00 p.m. So it's an afternoon game, late afternoon game, nearly late afternoon game for us. And yeah, folks, the Jets as of right now are not doing great. They are losing by the Bills in Buffalo. So we'll see what happens this coming Friday. And for the Dolphins, they are now 7-3 of the season right now. Looking to be 8-3 after this Friday. So this is a short week for the Dolphins and the Jets, and we get ready for the first ever Black Friday game. And we're kind of honored to be part of that history for this Friday, and that history will be at MetLife Stadium. So, but anyway, guys, there you go. That's going to do it for this recap. If you have enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe for content, because my GG has it back. And when he does, he'll be right there with you for the entertainment you deserve. Coming up next is the Hurricanes basketball recap, and it's a good one. And it's a pretty historic one, and I'm happy to talk about that after this one. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it, and I'll see you guys a little bit later on. Good night, everybody.